Hello everyone, welcome to another BFDI season ranking where I rank all the episodes of a season, this time BFB, season 4. I know what I said in the Teapot ranking that I will do the character ranking, but I will leave that one for last. After this video I will do the BFDI ranking and then the BFDI ranking, and then the character ranking. Before we get to the video, I want to say that on the Teapot ranking, I kinda was very aggressive towards the writers and mentoring them a lot, so I tried to do it less here, but it ended up very aggressive in some parts, so I hope that it doesn't become a bit annoying. I love this show and I respect everyone who works on it. And without further ado, let's get to it!
Disappointment in the game of life!
BFB 5. Okay. I'm pretty sure you all expected BFB 20 or BFB 23 here, which don't worry, I'll get to those soon. But on a shocking note, Split has by far the worst episode in BFB. This is probably my least favorite episode on the whole series, but who cares? Where do I even start with this one? I guess it's hard for me to tell because of how goddamn boring this is. Everything about this episode is wrong. No one gets any screen time. Literally, no one. The things introduced in this episode like the Cliff or Ben luckily are brought up once or none at all. This is a pointless waste of time that doesn't deserve to be in such a good show like this. There's so much filler and it's the most boring filler of the fillers. It's not even a competition. The little jokes that there is on this episode are funny on a vacuum, but in the context they are put in comes out as out of nowhere or stupid. Everything feels so awkward because there's barely any music here. I was not joking by saying everything about this episode is wrong. Why am I even talking about this? There's no point. You might be wondering, why do I hate it so much if my least favorite character got out here? Well, I don't take into account who gets out for these rankings, but I do count how it's handled. Extremely bad in this case. The f***ing light drama dumping just makes people think she had potential instead of thinking how goddamn long this annoying rant is. I don't wanna talk about this episode anymore, please. Can we go to another BFB 5 episode, please?
Guys, help! Help!
You know, I actually have never completely watched BFB 29 before. I always got bored and skipped the important parts, so this is actually my first time ever watching it. Let's see, what did I miss? I didn't really miss much, huh? So unlike BFB 5, this is a boring episode where I can't really say much. I guess the parts where he slowly goes to lower quality was kinda fun, and uncovering his plan was kinda interesting, but I couldn't get invested in a purposely centered episode. And that's not mentioning the extremely Flower bias of it. I really wanted Flower to win, but the amount of stuff this episode does to get more kids to vote for her makes her win a lot less satisfying. Yes, you can skip it, you're not missing much.
That space
Challenge was kinda boring.
Okay, I'll keep it short for some of these post-police episodes because the reason they are so low is because of how forgettable and boring they are. So I don't have much to say about them. But in this case, I think everyone has said everything wrong with BFB 20 already. I can't really add much. This episode is so hated, even Jack and Jellyfy acknowledges it.
Help! I'm burning! The audience really didn't like this last time!
That's just sad. But yeah, this episode is bad, but not the worst. I find some lines kinda clever or funny, I don't know. Can we go to the next one? I'm regretting this already.
I got it wrong.
Can I just skip this one, please? No. BFB 25 is lame. Everything on this episode just happens without explanation or even thought of by the contestants. The rings disappear out of nowhere after Flower mentions about some stairs out of nowhere, so we don't even get to see how she got to those stairs. She just appears there out of nowhere. Besides the fact that we barely see these rings at all. We just see 3 rooms and that's it. Nothing happens in this episode, but I guess it's better than if nothing happens, but there was pointless filler. So, with all of this said, what's the reason it's no lower on the list? The flower dance. Does it really surprise you? Without it, it would probably go second to last place, to be honest.
Seems kinda sus to me.
Let me resume BFB 19 for you. That's basically it. Nothing happens here, and the challenge just kinda ends out of nowhere because BFB 19 and 20 were initially supposed to be one episode. Explains how they are both so boring. Though, this episode is better than BFB 20 for this line.
In fact, the viewers are getting so bored, I'm even making shadow puppets to entertain them.
That's just funny, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have nothing to say about this episode, I'm sorry, do you really blame me?
Now, you may be wondering, is this decision illegal? Yes.
Overface sucks and I hate this episode brought him to this show, but anyways, BFB 23 is not good. Though not as bad as how people said it was. You see, this episode had the bad luck of someone manipulating the audience to hate this episode and some characters. Said person won't be mentioned but will be made fun of. Remember kids, don't find pillows attractive or you will end up like this guy. Anyways, yeah, this episode isn't good either. Again, stuff just kinda happens and Flower just get kind of obnoxious here. Nothing more to say, just kill me already.
Intestines.
Coming out of your oven.
BFB 27 thumbnail sucks, the other one was better, what were they thinking? Anyways, BFB 27 is, an episode I guess. I don't like it. This wasn't a good way to bring the oven from BFB 1 back, because this change makes every character very annoying. I don't feel bad about anyone's death here, because they all deserve it, let's move on.
I wasn't in that.
Oh goody, another episode that introduces an obnoxiously annoying character. BFB 26 is just... Rewatching this episode, it's making me realize how actually annoying Flower and Leafy are, and it's starting to make me hate them more. Maybe Gelatin actually deserved to win, but whatever. Profile is annoying and I wanted them to die out of this whole experience, and 4 was very petty here. Dude, stop crying! If you want them to respect you, then stop killing them! Stop making me watch this episode, I hate Bossplate, I prefer watching Teapot 4 for the rest of my life than rewatching this. At least that episode has stuff to make fun of. Finally, a 4 out of 10. I missed this. BFB 18 is meh. I don't have much to say about this one. Fun challenge that had a lot of potential but doesn't do much with it. Well, at least it's an actual challenge. The half-cuts try to act as Flower and that was actually kinda funny to be honest. Some people think it's annoying, but in my opinion it's the best gag of the episode. Also, Taco had no reason to be mad at Spongy. She saw how Loser took Spongy's bracelets, so why is she mad that he doesn't have it next episode? Was she with her eyes closed? She's something like she will do. Whatever, this episode was kinda bad, but God is refreshing after talking about these other ones.
You get nothing.
Finally, a pre-split episode. BFB 10 is really not that bad for what it's supposed to do. There was really no challenge, so there is a reason for nothing to happen in this episode. This one has to be the episode that I respect the most of the episode I don't like, because it's really just an excuse for a rejoin, and I don't get extremely boring for how long it is. So okay, let's move on.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Now this one, I do have stuff to say about it. BFB 7 pisses me off. The whole Loser lying thing, it's annoying and stupid, because instead of making Loser look bad, it just makes everyone look dumb. And the whole episode is centered on that premise, so how do you think I feel about it? And it's so predictable, like 2 teams are on the moon, who do you expect is gonna be up for elimination? And they only show those 2 teams being in danger, which makes it more anticlimactic. Besides, this episode made people unreasonably hate Robot Flower for basically saving the life of her team, but not Grassy for putting them up for elimination by putting them in danger in the first place? Viewers, what the hell? But at least this one had a challenge, and the ending was honestly really emotional. It feels so honest and it made me respect Loser a lot. I hope a Teapot episode doesn't actually reveal the true intentions of Loser, contradicting all of the pre-split good deeds. That was a negative point for BFB 7, not Teapot 10 by the way.
Bro, when I get my hands on you!
Okay guys, hear me out. Boss Split isn't that bad. I know what I just said some spots ago, but you gotta understand the true production it had. It was meant to be a more quantity season, with just simple casual episodes which I can respect. It's just collision with how good these points were on Spree Split, and it kinda makes it feel like it's not doing enough.
With that said, the first episode was fine. I don't get why 4 tells X to go away just for the next episode to be about getting them back, but whatever. And since this is the first episode and now 14 characters are here, stuff actually happens in it. Not that bad, just pretty whatever in my opinion. I really have nothing more to say.
Up in the sky! It's a bird!
It's a plane!
Dear God, I used to hate 2 so much because of this episode. When I first watched BFB, I liked 4 so much and 2 just took away their contestants. But letting the past behind, this episode is kinda whatever. Spongy and Loser rejoining is stupid, but Spongy getting this amount of votes it's even stupider, so fair enough. I really shouldn't have put this episode this high, because it really has nothing to offer, but meh, I kinda like to see how 4 and 2 try different ways to get the contestants. That was pretty fun. I really have nothing else to say. How is there much stuff happening in the shortest episode of the season than in half of the post-bleed episodes? BFB 9 was pretty good in my opinion. I liked the overall feeling of awkwardness of X hosting without 4. It really makes you feel like you're one of the contestants. The lack of fast music and the more slow pacing just makes this a good experience. Though this just makes the episode lack on dialogues or interesting stuff, but I like what they were going for here.
I don't think he's alive anymore.
You know, I'm starting to question from where does 4 get the stuff for this challenge. Do they just spawn it, or do they actually use budget? I guess the monster just has a lot of budget cut because of the amount of OSA violations he gets. Anyways, BFB 3 was pretty good. It has that simplistic but charming feeling of the old BFB era. Though the fact that almost every team uses the same strategy is kinda lame and uninteresting. They really could have done more stuff, but whatever. A fine episode in my eyes.
No reason, just wanted to let you know that I have a favorite number.
I'm gonna be completely honest, the only reason BFB 24 is this high is because 24 is my favorite number. I'm dead serious. I don't know, it's just... I get this feeling of happiness every time I see the episode number. Even if the episode title is kinda meh. And I don't know why, because with BFDI 24 I don't have the same feeling. So to not be so biased, I put this on the hat of the list. If it wasn't episode 24, it would probably be on spotlight 23 or 20. I don't know, it's pretty lame, but it has a good moment. Is that enough? Because I have the feeling I will be hated for this.
$1,000, take it or leave it.
I like BFB 21, and I can't really point why. I just really enjoyed this episode. Kind of the reason I made it a YTP. I like seeing them thinking of gifts to give their teammates, and I really liked the interaction between Blocky and Taco. I really enjoyed the Blocky with the arc, even though it never tops this episode. I also really liked the Loser Elimination song. I was obsessed with it when I first watched it. Anyways, yeah, I enjoyed this, and I'm sorry, I kinda can't point the reason.
The next experiment was to try licking.
They're licking balls. Oh, BFB 2 was, yeah, a nice episode. It's not as good as its predecessor, but it was enjoyable anyways. I like seeing how they try different ways of getting people off the jawbreakers instead of being every team just liking. I just wish we got to see more of this beef on other episodes, because after this one, they are never interesting again. I swear, I do have a lot of stuff to say about some episodes. I'm sorry, a lot of these are ended up so short. Just wait, I'll get to those interesting ones soon.
What do you think 2 plus 2 equals?
My old enemy, stairs.
How did you make a stairs episode so fun? I really enjoyed BFB 11, even if it doesn't really have much in it. It was pretty entertaining. I also like seeing how Brooke was transforming into her crazy form about Taco's abandonment, and she kinda shows her hatred, but she's calmed pretty easily by Gaty. Character development. I love it. Nothing much to say.
I'm not blue.
Okay, you guys will really hate me for this, but I don't really like the announcer. I always found him annoying, but I guess I'll keep that for the character ranking. Anyways, BFB 28 is really good for post splits. It was really fun to see them do all the challenges, but I hate how Titi just put flowers pedal and then stop climbing. What did you expect was going to happen? Just keep climbing before her ladder hits you, idiot. But whatever, a really good episode overall.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights?
Finally, an episode I actually have stuff to say about.
Believe
BFB 22 is surprisingly pretty good. I can see how this is considered the best post-split episode. The Fiery Leafy arc was pretty well paced here, and let me repeat myself, here. The Nubia Alliance stuff was pretty good here. The whole TT doing her own comic was funny and I loved that. And the whole challenge was really enjoyable and good. I really liked this episode. I just wish they didn't kill Ball so quickly just to be her eliminated next episode. That felt pretty forced. Also, I'm pretty sure the BRB is straight up a torture method. I think that Forbes was put in jail for that. I know the cards drum thing.
8. 8?
I swear, BFB 8 being on spot 8 was not on purpose. I didn't expect this either. I really liked this episode. I find it really fun and charming. This is a type of 5 case where I can see that I'm giving it too much credit for how it actually is. But even knowing that, I just can't help it but love it. Usually quiz challenges are really boring, but here it was really entertaining. And the subway guy was pretty funny here. Yeah, I said it, fuck me. People really hate this episode for how basically made Sapey cheat to get him eliminated. But like, it's actually really in character with him. He has cheated before, he's not that new. Privat sucked it already. I just really enjoyed this episode. What more can I say?
Oh, for crying out loud! Damn, 0!
You really only need a creative challenge idea for an episode to be interesting, huh? Because that's the case for BFB 6. I like this episode a lot. It's so interesting and creative. The challenge has a lot of potential for stuff and it's done extremely well. Donuts is a really good host and I enjoy seeing him try hosting. This episode is so good, man. The losers are really interesting and a better name than that, and like going to the moon was smart and fun, in this episode at least, just really good, with my only complaint being that Beef is straight up not in this episode when the challenge starts. I don't remember them doing any strategies or something.
Oh my god, it is! Stop! This is my fault!
BFB 30, it's overhated and you guys are mini heads. I'm not even gonna say much about this episode even though I do have stuff to say, because you should watch it and at least stop hating it. I do respect opinions a lot, but the amount of hate BFB 30 gets for being a BFBI finale, it's unfair. At least give it a chance, come on. It's 10 times better than the BFBI 25, that's for sure. Just go watch it please, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Though I kinda already did.
BFB.
BFB 1. The first of them all. This episode, it's amazing. Best first episode of the whole show, for sure. Even better than Teapot 1 in my opinion. And I don't think I'm alone with that, as people consider this to be the best episode of the whole show. I don't think the same as Teapot 10 is a thing now, but this episode deserves that title, even if I don't think the same. I always enjoy seeing the start, where it goes introducing the characters one by one in a natural way that doesn't feel forced. It's so fun and I love it. We get to see everyone's personalities and also the extremely big cast of 64 contestants. I also love 4 and X on pre-split, and especially in the first episodes. Everything is so enjoyable to watch, with the team forming part and the challenge not coming short of it. Honestly, I think that getting this instead of IDFB 2 was a good ending, because like, IDFB was about getting the contestants back. The fact that it ended on hiatus and not cancelled, it's a miracle. Also, I never got how having a recovery center works in this universe. Like, not how the recovery centers themselves work, but more how do you get one. Because on the FDI and the FDIA it's implied that you can just buy them, but on BFB after Black Hole sucks them, nobody buys one until Teapots? I guess I never really got that, because so many times it says that they don't have a recovery center, and I don't know why, if they can just act. And I don't know if they can actually buy them or if they are something just invented by the scientists or something. Whatever, I don't even think Jack and Jellyfish cares how their world works. Why should I?
15!
Oh my god, I love BFB 15 so much! The characters' interactions are on top, everything was so natural, the challenge being to go to 4 when there's a lava apocalypse, it's really fun. And on top of that, this episode it's entertaining as heck. I love just everything about this episode. I'm actually starting to say stuff about it because it's actually pretty simple, but it's done so well. I think I'm also just tired and I want this over because I'm really losing motivation to write this.
Creeper! Oh man!
I love BFB 14 and 13. You love BFB 14 and 13. Everyone loves BFB 14 and 13. They are probably the most liked episodes of the whole show, even more than BFB 1. I had to rank them on the same spot because BFB 14 is basically a continuation of BFB 13. But if you ask me, I think BFB 14 is a little better. I think more stuff happens there. Anyways, what do I love about these episodes? Well, everything. The arcs, the interactions, the challenge, everything is just perfect. It all feels so natural, the Blue arc is so well paced and done here. The lava apocalypse is so interesting to watch. You actually kind of forget what the challenge is because there's just too much interesting stuff to even care of what they're trying to do. It's so enjoyable to watch every team do their own thing and even seeing team members merge with other people, giving the feeling of how the team you are from doesn't matter anymore. It's just all about survival, and I am trying to get away from God of what is funny. I love it. I literally can't talk about everything. Because I will make this section over 30 minutes long. There's so much to talk about here. It's simply perfect and worth the over 1 year wait. And it also made the unthinkable and put Bleh, the Society team that will never lose, up for elimination. And also the fact that they lose because they had their own problems to give more care to. In fact, I love how every contestant has that, as they can just win by giving the same emerald to 4. So instead of caring about winning, they just try to survive the apocalypse and help each other on their own personal stuff. I love that so much. This is definitely the best episode of the season by far. But like I said at the start of the episode, this ranking is way more based on my opinion. So yeah, the episode that I'm going to talk about now, it's definitely not better than this, but I just like it more in my opinion. And that one is... Yeah, you can send me death threats if you want to, but my favorite BFB episode is BFB 12. And yes, I know it's biased against Fiery Jr. and the Saudi actually isn't here and that not everyone gets line and yada yada, but shut up, I don't care, plus ratio. I'm the #1 fan of BFB 12, fight me. The challenge, creative and fun. And it's not an Among Us copy, I see you saying that, you're not original, but this challenge is, because of the potential that it definitely uses. I love seeing how they go figuring out who is the faker in the same way that we do. We do get to know who's the faker in some parts, but for most cases, we have to figure it out with the contestants, and that's just so fun. I especially admire how the last two teams, Ions and Team Ice Cube, they only saw Ice Cube and not Ions. And since the figure of Team Ice Cube is on Ions, you still have no idea who the imposter is on Team Ice Cube, but you do know who is from Ions. That's how you use all the potential of a challenge. This episode is so much fun and I love it so much. And people really find Book annoying here, but I'm sorry, I find her funny here. And there isn't really much of that interesting stuff that there was on BFB 13 and 14, but that's the part of why I love this one. Because it's not trying that, it's just trying to be entertaining and fun, and completely succeeding it, on making it an extremely enjoyable experience to watch. This is without a doubt my favorite BFB episode. And I will be deleting every comment that says I'm sus, shut up. And that was all, our 30 episodes of BFB Ranked. That took me a while, but I hope you enjoyed it. What is your opinion on the BFB episodes? You can make your own ranking about this. I really respect others' opinions. I really enjoy hearing others' reasons to enjoy an episode. And see you on the BFDI episodes ranking, which will take less than this one, I swear.
Soda!